My question is basically, is it a mistake to try and farm an area, a gated community that I don't technically have access to?
Yeah.
Like I would have to be invited into.
Right. So first of all, can you get invited into that gated community, give some access somehow?
I'm sure I can.
You know,
At some point.
Yeah, I think my first thing, Eileen, is if you have somebody who lives in that gated community that you have a connection with, perhaps they can call the guard, the gate or whatever, and somehow get you approved as one of the approved people. Like that's not that they would say you're a family member, but I'm assuming the gated community has it where there's a list of people who are approved that they don't have to keep ringing that person. So I would first, Eileen, try that. That's number one. Number two is even if you don't get that, I think you should still pursue it, because there was more to your question about, you heard that there's 8 residents who want to move into this gated community. So you see some business. I was really impressed, Eileen, that you actually used the RPR, which I'm such a fan of. So you use the RPR to figure out the turnover in that area. So great job, Eileen. I'm just curious, is that something that you learned through the power program, how I talk about looking at the turnover and using RPR? I'm just curious.
Yes, absolutely. I've been familiar with RPR as part of our, MLS. I've used it before. I'm not the accuracy of the valuations. I'm kind of have mixed feelings about, but yes, I did do the training on the RPR. How she explained exactly how to map out what you want to map out and do the calculations. I downloaded the little spreadsheet that I have to find out, is there already somebody that's very prominent in there, and valuations of list price, sell price, value. So yeah, well, I did all that homework.
I'm so glad that you did. And for any of the power agents listening that isn't sure what Eileen's talking about, is that we had people from the Realtors Property Resource, RPR. Actually, there were 2 wonderful ladies who did a session with Julie, a special training just for power agents on how to use that platform, because that's free as a realtor to you guys. I absolutely love the tool so much. And so I'm glad that you, Sarah, if you can, thank you. So great job on that, Eileen. Great job. And okay, so to finish this up, I think try and get it approved into that gated community. Number 2, if you, even if you can't, I still think it's worth it for you to prospect. Number 3 is that other area that you were talking about, your own neighborhood that you work. I think, that's a really good turnover, 6.67%. And the nearby neighborhood is over 7%. I think you should market those 2 of you financially can expand. When it comes to farming and self-promotion, it's a numbers game. So the more people you can mail to and promote yourself to, the better it is. But you've got to be consistent. So whatever the cost is monthly for you to market to those other farm areas, those other neighborhoods, make sure that you can go the distance of at least 6 months, because it may take that long to for them to remember your name, face, what you do for a living. Which, you just remind everybody, that's what marketing is. Marketing and self-promotion is about having people remember your name, face, and what you do for a living. So therefore, you've got to be repetitive. You're not going to do 1 mailing or 2 mailings and all of a sudden you're getting all these phone calls to list their house. So but there's something else I wanted to say about that, I think. Maybe that's not it. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So did that help you?
It did very much. Yeah, I'm doing a small little neighborhood that I had a couple listings in, and I'm trying the Quantum Digital, and they have monthly mailers that they send out.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my little test project with them, and I actually got 2 hits this weekend on a just listed from them. So
now listen, this what you just said. You just said something else that was really powerful, and that is that you did a test run with Quantum. What are they calling it? Quantum cards?
Quantum Digital.
Quantum Digital. So I think that is so great that you did a test to see how it works before you committed to a big number. I want everybody to hear that, because if you are looking at starting to do a mailing campaign, doing a test with that software, that platform, that whatever is a good idea. Now, I will tell you, Eileen, well, we're going to be launching just for you guys and as power agents, an online print portal that's going to be part of the power program. So we're not ready to launch it yet. We're doing the back end of that. But in the meantime, I think using Quantum is great. I know what I wanted to say, Eileen. It just came back to me. And this is for everybody also. If it takes 6, I was talking to one of our super power agents, our VIP power agents. There's some agents that I do one-on-one coaching with. And his name's Chris. And we were talking about, and he just loved this idea. Instead of, when you're starting a mailing campaign, instead of starting off monthly, it'll actually soup up your results if in the first 2 months you do it every other week. So if you do 4 mailings in the first 2 months, so you just do it every other, then you go to monthly, you're going to see even higher returns and response rates quicker, because you're bombarding them with those 2 months of 4 mailings. And then again, part of marketing is have people remember your name, face, what you do for a living. So after you bombarded them with these 4 mailings, then it's easier for them to remember you when you pull back to monthly. So there's another thought for you as well, Eileen. Okay.
Great idea.